YouTube is rolling out AI in the United States to detect if users are actually under 18. It ignores the stated age and applies restrictions to users it suspects are teens. Your Spotify account is getting deleted unless you do age verification. Then, Wikipedia is currently in a legal battle with the United Kingdom government to try and stop the platform from being censored in the UK or even completely blocked, thanks to the Online Safety Act. I want to remind everybody how this started. This started with a feminist activist group in Australia contacting payment processors like Visa and MasterCard to get Steam and itch.io to remove adult games. What started off as just, let's ban the porn and protect the kids, has now turned into straight up the entirety of the internet getting collectively censored back to back. And you can no longer say that this is just affecting, let's say, the United Kingdom. We have YouTube going into this, and they are now testing stuff with the United States. This alone showcases that this is not just one country, this is not just one niche little area, this is affecting massive sites around the entire internet, and now even YouTube is falling to the censorship storm that has been ongoing. I want to outline just this in particular, how bad this is. I mean, I want to cover all this, there's a lot to talk about here, but this one in particular is really bad for one reason alone. Anytime YouTube ever implements a automated system with AI or whatever, it goes horribly wrong. Anyone that is not just a content creator, but someone that just browsers, YouTube knows this. To messed up algorithms, to videos not showing up, to videos being instantly demonetized or removed, to just improper copyright, notifications on videos or content ID, all sorts of things. When you have these automated systems, YouTube's automated systems usually just, it's horrible. They are implemented in such a bad way that it effectively hurts thousands upon thousands of people. And the fact that YouTube is just suddenly rolling out this AI to be able to detect if users are actually under 18, this is going to lead to so many people theoretically having their accounts just removed, and even content creators at that. And let me give an explanation to this, of why that's important, like why, this is going to happen. So basically, this AI is going to be able to look at your account and see what you watch, what you like, what you engage with. And let's just hypothetically say you're an individual that is 20 plus, 30 plus, whatever, and you actively engage with gaming content. You engage with maybe content that is for, just a wide spectrum of people to be able to play. Let's say this AI determines, this person only watches games, and games that are meant for, everyone, this person's probably a kid. What if it does that to a regular adult, even a big content creator, because it sees that you're only watching, let's say, Let's Plays or something, or it sees you're watching just live reactions to certain content? They might instantly detect and think that the account is, a kid under 18 instead of actually an adult doing that. So this algorithm is already flawed, because as it is even stated here, that it will ignore the stated age on the account, and it will apply restrictions to the account on what it deems it, or it thinks that the person using the account might be a teen or a lower, which is insane to think about, that there is going to be an AI controlling this, and this is going to be horrendous. What this is going to lead to, I'm just going to straight up say what this is going to lead to. It's going to lead to you having to put in your ID in the United States to be able to even use YouTube. For instance, if you want to watch regular content that isn't on, let's say, YouTube Kids, you're going to have to put in your ID. That's what this is. That's what's going to happen, because I want to tell you, the first thing that's going to happen is that you're going to have accounts that are going to be hit by this, that are actual adults, and it's obvious they're adults. Even content creators, massive content creators, probably with millions of subscribers, they're going to be hit by this, and then they're going to have to put in their ID to be able to actually continue using their account, to continue watching content or even making content. And the same can be said for the regular individual that doesn't even make content. To be able to watch just regular videos on the platform, they're going to have to put in their ID. And you can already see where this is going. It's everything that's been ongoing in the last week with all these IDs and stuff. And as I mentioned in last night's video with the T app, we saw personally with the T app and how it got data breached, hacked, and all these different IDs and chat logs and everything released. It's very clear that these sites aren't safe. There is going to be a lot of websites that might try to be safe, but there always is going to be vulnerabilities, and also there's going to be sites that are just legitimately lazy with their security. And so you're going to eventually have these sites that are being forced to have age verification they are going to lose your data. They're going to lose your ID, and it's going to spread online, and you're basically going to dox yourself, which is just insane to think about. So what's happening here is more or less a precursor to more things to come, because you can no longer say that this is just affecting the United Kingdom. You can no longer say that this is just affecting Europe. You can no longer say this is just affecting Australia. It's affecting countries that don't even have these laws, or even have these laws that are about to be approved. Yeah, there is a law in Congress right now, two laws, Screen Act and the Kids Online Safety Act, but they were just introduced. They haven't even been discussed yet in the Senate or House. And the fact that we already have YouTube going the nuclear option to do something like this showcases that what's been going on here is a collective push to just honestly kill the internet. Like, it really does feel like all of these organizations and these governments and stuff around the world have collectively got together and put the acceleration button to be able to censor everything they possibly can to quell people and make it to where people are not able to communicate as easily anymore. And if they do put in their ID, they'll know who these people are. These sites will know who they are, and then they'll be able to report them to the government, because obviously a lot of these sites, especially with these laws we've seen, these sites would be obligated to, be audited. They would have to give their data over to certain governments or whatever to let them know what you're doing at any given time. So you're effectively getting spied on, and the big government, instead of having to use their own workers and all that, they'll request the data from, these companies or these sites, and then they'll get the data and oh yeah, this individual right here, this is what they're doing, and then obviously they'll know what you're doing, or they might try to go after you, whatever. It's legit scary. We've already seen examples of this with UK. I mean, once again, they created an entire task force within 24 hours after the Online Safety Act came into reality. Once it became law, they created a task force that just to be able to monitor the internet and people in the UK and to arrest them if they even have a political opinion or post memes. Obviously, that is a major overreach. It's basically become a police state. They are monitoring people to arrest them for political opinions or memes, etc. That is just against what the government wants to hear. So yeah, I mean, now that we have YouTube doing this, it showcases an escalation even further than what we've seen already. We already know that the UK has been trying to get other companies and stuff within the United States or other countries to buckle for their Online Safety Act, but it's clear that YouTube has probably done this as well now. They have now buckled, which is just crazy, because I'm thinking to myself, even if we go into a perfect world and say that this is not going to mess up, okay, let's just go on a limb here, and obviously it's going to mess up, okay, I have no faith in this whatsoever, but let's go on a limb here and say that in a perfect world, this AI is not going to mess up. What's the point in YouTube Kids? There is literally an entire segment, okay, on YouTube that is created called YouTube Kids. Why does that exist if they are implementing something like this? There's no point in it to exist at this point if you're implementing something like this. Now, with that being said, we got to talk about Spotify. I think I don't really need to explain just how crazy this one is, but Spotify is a music platform. It hosts music. It hosts pretty much almost anything under the sun, almost, a lot of different music and variety and stuff. I mean, everybody collectively uses it. And I want to put this out there, that this is being affected thanks to the Online Safety Act from the UK. And Europe is soon to follow, being hit by this, and then even obviously Australia, and probably other countries too. And I want to put this out there, that this entire reason this is happening was because a bill was apparently passed to think of the children, to protect the kids. But now music sites like Spotify is getting hit. Excuse me? This was never about protecting kids. It's obvious. You can't say it was now because of the way this is presented. It's yeah, there is some explicit songs. I'm not going to act like there isn't some explicit songs, but it's it's music. It's just music. It's not showing anything. But apparently, music, too, needs to be censored. Music needs to be reined in and censored, and they need to know your ID just for you can listen to music? You hear how crazy that is? That's insane. Then we got the Wikipedia stuff, which is kind of old news, and I briefly mentioned in passing, but I wanted to focus on this a little bit more in this video, because Wikipedia, yeah, it's not always accurate. There is people that can go in and fake information and change stuff. I understand that. However, there is obviously stuff on Wikipedia that is true and does explain things, certain things and elements of history. And the fact that the United Kingdom is trying to get Wikipedia to censor itself or just completely block it showcases that the government of UK is trying to block information, trying to block people from gathering information and learning things. That is crazy. Like, imagine trying to block your populace from wanting to educate themselves, to learn, to know what's going on. Even if Wikipedia isn't always accurate, it is still a big red flag that they're trying to get rid of a platform that is meant to just gather information, regardless if it's accurate or not. That is a straight up attack on free speech, an attack on people just trying to educate themselves about the world. Why would you want to keep your citizens dumb? Why would you want to keep your citizens from thinking or trying to go out of their way to learn things? That's a red flag. So, to get into the main point here, you're about to see a lot of content creators get hit heavily by this. There's going to be a lot of regular people, and then content creators that's going to be hit by this, and you're going to have a lot of people going to be requested to use their ID. There needs to be massive pushback on this. I think everyone collectively needs to speak out about this and how unacceptable this is, because this is happening. I want to showcase this. This is happening literally in like a week from now. They've already mentioned it, but this is what's going to happen here. The certain things they're going to do. They're going to obviously request you to use your credit card or government ID. Like, they literally have it outlined here. So, yeah, it's getting worse. This stuff is not going to stop here. You're going to have every site that's now going to start requesting your ID, even if you're in the United States. And then this is going to effectively lead to a bill to utilize this to collect this information for the government. That's what's going to happen. So, yeah, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. However, I do want to mention one little thing that is some good news amongst all this. It's some happiness, despite all this dark stuff that obviously showcases we're witnessing the end of the internet. Visa card representative, they are yelling at people now. According to what is being said by a lot of people right now, Visa and MasterCard have been under a lot of calls and emails, thanks to the internet being very upset with them, and how this kind of all really started from them. And now the representatives are just straight up getting upset, yelling at people and all that for just asking they want to know about the content guidelines. It's very obvious Visa is feeling pressure, they're getting upset about this and all that, and I'm just gonna be blunt with you. Good, continue, because it's unacceptable. I think that it is a right thing to do at this point, because it's like, Visa has manipulated the market like a cartel mafia. They need to be called out for this. People need to be aware of this. People need to know this. It's unacceptable, and there needs to be anti-law, like, antitrust law applied to them. Like, they need to be split up. They are too massive of a monopoly that they need to be split up. And so I do hope that this is the spark for that. But with everything going on in the world, all this bad news back to back, it's just, I don't know if it's enough. Honestly, it's gone actually even beyond payment processors at this point. Like, it's very clear there is a collective push beyond payment processors, and now you have governments involved as well. We are witnessing a very scary era for the internet, and as I said, it's wild to me there's so many content creators that are still not talking about this when it is coming for everyone. Like, YouTube is a massive platform, and now it's affecting the United States, okay? This isn't just the UK. It's coming for everyone, it's spreading, it's getting worse, and yeah. I mean, we even have, like, search engines now in UK. They're permanently stuck on safe search. Like, you can't even get out of safe search on Bing or Google. So I think that says enough, too. So they're even restricting you searching things up on Google now. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll keep it at that, though. Wanted to keep this one short, but get to the point on everything that's evolved and changed. The YouTube one is a big one. But I'll leave it at that. I love you guys. Be safe. Stay healthy. Chibi out.